Yes.
It's your boy, my Smith, also known as Akins, also known as the coolest guy in sports. Back with another overrated or underrated. This time I have Joe Ingles on the menu. Is Joe Ingles overrated or underrated? Now, this season, he's averaging about 14.7 points per game, 5 rebounds, 4.2 assists, shooting 46.4% from the field, 43.9% from the three-point line, 85.7% from the free throw line. Now, I'm pretty confident he's gonna average those numbers probably for the rest of the career. He may go up a little bit, probably a point or two, may go down a point or two, but those are Joe Ingles type of numbers for an entire season if he doesn't get hurt. Now, that being said, is Joe Ingles overrated or underrated? Joe Ingles may be one of the most unappreciated players in the NBA who can kind of straddle the fence sometimes as being super underrated or sometimes a little bit overrated. Some people may say he's overrated because they think he's really just part of a great Utah Jazz system and he's really a glorified role player. Others would say he's underrated because he brings a lot of great value to a team. Now, for me, I'm going to definitely say Joe Ingles is definitely one of the most underrated players in the NBA. This brother can shoot. He can pass. And you know what? He can defend. In today's NBA, there's perhaps no more important offensive skill than shooting the basketball. And we know Joe Ingles can shoot the basketball. And when people mention the best shooters in the league, they talk about Steph, they talk about Clay, J.J. Redick, Kyle. They forget about Joe Ingles, who is a lights-out shooter. Gone are the days where good teams can have one or two shooting specialists. The best teams now place 4 or 5 capable shooters on the floor, bending defenses together and forcing players to cover more ground than ever before. This is the new NBA, and we saw last season in the first round series where Paul George had a crazy game 1, lit up the Utah Jazz, and then they put Joe Ingles on them. And Paul George struggled, shooting just 33%, averaging just 22 points per 100 possessions when matched up with Joe Ingles. Now, I'm not saying he no Kawhi Leonard, but he plays some great defense. He can be, at times, like a Trevor Ariza type defender because he's long and he can guard players that are just as big as him and even smaller than him at times. Now, his defense, his shooting, his playmaking skills makes Ingles a pound for pound one of the most impactful players in this entire league. Simply put it, good things happen when he's on the floor. He is the Utah Jazz's Draymond Green, and he's very, very much underrated. Now, he won't sniff a all-star game roster like Draymond, but if you look at their games and you look at the way they play, they're very, very similar. And Joe Ingles deserves way more credit than he gets. And it's probably because he plays for the Utah Jazz. And Utah's not really in the media spotlight. But he's just as great as some of these players that we put on these higher pedestals. But, like I said, Joe Ingles is definitely underrated. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Is Joe Ingles overrated or underrated? I'm saying he's definitely underrated. This is your boy, my Smith. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to stay updated on these videos. Also, check out some of the links in the description as well. I'm gone, man. Peace.